Okay, so in my last video I mentioned deck balance. Of course, there's another type of balance that I like to think of, and this is unlike the first one, and just for the sake of, I can't think of any other thing to call it, so I'll just call it balance again, so therefore this video is balance 2. Last time I mentioned how there should be a balance between like the different types of cards in your deck, which again, very valid point. Another thing that you should look at is not just intrinsically looking at the types, you should also think extrinsically in the way of how there is a certain number of cards. In the old days of Yu-Gi-Oh, if you looked at some of the older manuals, you saw that all it said was minimum of 40 cards. You know. So minimum 40 cards, but they never really set a maximum to the best of my memory. And then I looked at some of the manuals from today, and just recently they did exactly set a maximum. So then now the new whole like cardinal rule is 40 to 60 cards. Which, again, that is, I'm very glad they did that, because, like, I know some duelists, like some of my friends that are duelists, they collect cards and then make these decks that are, like, twice, sometimes even 3 times the size of mine, which my decks, I keep them to be 50 cards. Again, most duelists today, especially for hardcore tournament players, they tend to stick toward the minimum of 40 cards. And again, that's not a bad rule to live by, but at the same time, you have to look at how they're building it, because that's what's making it effective. The main thing you're wanting to do with the deck, of course, is to be able to draw the very specific card that you want. At the same time, you can kind of, not really cheat, but I guess like bend the rules a bit, and like I'm not talking on an illegal sense, but I'm saying in the sense that there are, let me put it this way, there are so many cool cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh game. You can't possibly use them all in one deck. And like I said, I have 6 that I'm very proud of. Anywho, well, case in point right there. The thing is, you have to find a way to get as many cards that you like, that you want, into whatever deck you want to make. And the best way to do that is to, you know, maybe try to find a way to give yourself a little bit of leeway. Like, you know, you don't have to have the exact minimum to be successful. You can try to find other ways to let this balance take place. You could, and the main way I do it, again, one of the main reasons I have it as 50 is just, well, for the sake of sleeves. I mean, they come in packs of 50, and I don't like the idea of, you know, oh, let's get 40-something and then leave the rest to just rot in the pack or whatever, risk getting bent up. So that's pretty much why I buy 2 packs, you know, one for my 50 now, and then if those get messed up or even torn, then I got a new pack to back them up with. So that's the main idea there, and with that, another way is to, you know, use multiple copies, just that simple. If you have a deck that you like to use, and then you have like 3 copies or 2 copies of certain cards, then that'll even out the percentages of what you need in order to draw something that you want to play. So I think that is something that just about any duelist can do. I mean, there are so many cards to use. I mean, why not do anything in your power to try to use them? I think, you know, that's something that anyone should try to take advantage of. There's just so many cards, so little time, and only so much space within a deck. Okay, so that is my video for Balance 2, and I hope you found that maybe a little bit insightful, or just another fun random fact from me, Demagician Ninja. So I'll catch you around for the next tip. See you around.